Hi, I'm Walt Falconer, and we are spacewalking in Houston, Texas, talking to people about the space program and space exploration. What do you think about the space program in general?
I think it's beneficial. I think we should explore space. There's a lot of undiscovered territory out there, a lot of undiscovered frontiers, and if we don't have any answers from space, how do we know how we actually got here?
Is that your thought too?
Well, actually, I've always been curious about it myself. So, I mean, the more you guys learn, the more I learn. So,
I think it's something that's really molded our society and our future. It's something that's natural, and just the urge to research, explore. It's there to overcome odds, challenges. It's immeasurable, and that just through the years, I know some people have worked really hard, put their life into it, and done wondrous things. It's something that is worldwide, that both has really expanded it to invite the whole world into it.
I'm all for the space program. I think it's very, very necessary for our country. If you look at all of the products that were derived from space exploration in the last 20 years, then it's well worth it.
I think it's a good thing. Nothing bad I can think about except the dangers to the people, maybe.
I think it's hard to justify spending that much money. I'm just not sure we'll ever get a good return on that.
As a general statement, the space program is something that the United States should be involved in.
I have to say I'm not that educated on what they're doing right now, but I think it's very important. I think it's very beneficial to society and to science. Yeah, it's expensive, but my general opinion on what they do is positive. My dad used to work for NASA, and I think NASA's good. I think the space program is excellent. Good thing to have.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so too. I think it's a power for the future technology, and if actually it's for United States, and I'm from China, and I think actually the aerospace, the space is the treasure of the human beings, and if we can develop more technology for how to explore the resource in the space, maybe that's make our better future.
I think it's fantastic. I have followed from the inception. I think it's great, good exploration. A lot of good things come out of the space program that serves the rest of the country and the world. Big supporter of the space program. Always have been and always will be.
I'm very proud of it. I think it is something that we should maintain. It's something that we should keep. It has provided technology and industry to this country that without it we would have never had. Simple things like what we're doing here today, the video camera, came from the space program. I think it's vital to this country to maintain it.
And NASA recently announced that they're going to service the Hubble Space Telescope to keep it alive for a while longer. It's been up there for 15 years. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it has given us an insight to the universe that we've never had before. I think that in itself is very important to our nation, and not just our nation, but to the world. So I think it's a good thing.
I think it is a good thing. We should utilize the hardware that's up there as long as we can, as long as it's economically viable.
I think it's great because it gives us a better depth into the outer space. They should keep it up. It brings a lot of good information to us.
I think it's important
Do it.
because we've got to keep observations on what goes on out there, and we've got to keep the technology updated and new with new discoveries. And if we're not looking at it, we don't know what's going on.
It's probably worth it as long as it improves science and they learn something from it. I hope they learn something from it.
I guess I would be for it, assuming, I don't know what the budget is like, but in terms of the benefit, just from having it there, I would be for it.
I definitely support the Hubble telescope. I think it helps look into the past as much as the future. I'm not very versed at what the cost is or what may happen if is it coming into the lower atmosphere. Is it going to burn up? What do we need to do? I'm not real sure about the specifics of it, but generally I wholeheartedly support it.
I think it's worth it. It's definitely worth the endeavor. The Hubble It's still technologically advanced. It's still discovering. It's backlogged for weeks, months, years. And the things that are verifying ideas and new discoveries, it's worth the effort to keep the Hubble running, and it's worth the continued investment.
I think that's nice. The observatories here on the planet, there's just so much pollution and things to get through, and light that we generate ourselves, that I think that having a observatory outside of our planet is probably a good thing.
That's it for spacewalking. See you around the planet.